Okay, guys. The curse of the 64-bit machine continues. I fired up this game, Destiny of Heroes, on my main computer, and I actually recorded a full video of it, a full video being about 6 minutes long. Because although it showed a lot of promise, it would not play beyond about... It averaged, believe it or not, 1 frame per second, sometimes 0 frames per second. It was painful. I had to press the key 30, 40 times to get it to respond. I assumed it was because this program was made in Dark Basic. We'll get into that in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself because I already recorded all the information for you, and therefore I assume you know it. You won't see that video, though, because it occurred to me afterwards, well, wait a minute, what if I tried firing it up on my old computer? And sure enough, I just tried to run here. It was running at like 50 frames per second. So 64-bit, man, it just doesn't like a lot of the roguelikes of just a decade ago. I don't know what the issue is. Microsoft, you got to be better backwards compatible. Period. Do it now. In any event, let's talk about what we're actually here to see. We're here to see Destiny of Heroes. We will not have a nice short 5-minute run, hopefully. If I can tell you a bit about it, this was a game made by Bob Saunders. He went by Ebol on the online, capital I, capital B, capital O, capital L. A game made in Dark Basic Professional. He says that's what it's listed as here. I assume Dark Basic Professional is an actual programming language. I've never heard of Dark Basic. I assume he didn't simply add that adjective for, atmospheric purposes for a dungeon game. But made in Dark Basic. Controls are very simple. Press question mark for help. You can move, quaff potions, throw potions, read scrolls, descend stairs, go to level 15 and kill everything there. Games are automatically saved every time you go down a level. Games are automatically deleted when you die. He offers thanks to his wife for understanding and his daughter for being wonderful. That's awesome. Well done, sir. And people at Rogue Basin, Rogue Temple, etc., etc. You got a lot of his information about how to program from the Rogue Basin, as did I, actually, for when I was working on Caverns. So, well done, sir. Okay, let's dive into the game. This game showed so much promise. I'm really grateful to the fact that I was able to get it to function at more than 2 frames per second. I got to sit on the damn floor again. I don't like that. My cat demanded his cat bed back, so now I'm sitting on this lumpy pillow. Let's just be Jeff, because there is no imagination on the floor. Once again, I press J. It gives me a lot of J's. EFF. Did that the first time I played the game, too. Destiny of Heroes. As often happens, your peaceful village is threatened by a nearby dungeon full of terrible monsters. Being a hero, it is your destiny to save the town. Or die trying. Kill all the monsters on the 15th level of the dungeon, and you will bring stability to the region. Great, we have an exact quest. We know what we're trying to do. 15 levels. Press any key, Jeff. Yeah, it's me. To begin your heroic journey. I did it. Preparing dungeon level 1. Still preparing. There we go. Look at that. Nice little simple ASCII dungeon. There's something about the something about the font that I quite like. Something about the color scheme that I quite like. It's very, very easy on the eyes. Very easy to see. Let's I'm so uncomfortable here. Okay, let's progress. Look at that. I can move. You have no idea, guys. I was giving myself fucking carpal tunnel. You saw the frame rate dip to like 27 frames per second, but that's a hell of a far cry from fucking 0 frames per second. Scroll entitled Zolfiwolficus. Zolfiwolficus. I want to show you something. Let's press a question mark. I can't see in my own room. Here we go. So we're using the arrow keys, or the numpad, or the VI keys to move around the dungeon. We attack monsters with bump, collect treasures to aid your quest, Q to quaff, R to read, T to throw, so you have that ability as well for the potions. Weight is 5. Use the mouse on the map to identify glyphs. I assume it means mouse over them. If you want to see what something is, let's try it in a second. And yeah, we're looking at look at all these different terrain types. That's a lot of terrain types. Pretty cool. Flowers? Cool. Alright, some doors are hidden, but searching it is automatic in all adjacent squares, as it is in caverns. There are no traps in this dungeon. There may be more than one exit. Understood. Let's press this, I don't know, D. Let's try mousing over. Yeah, you can see right there. Standing on a lit area we're looking at is shallow water. Again, actually the same, I like that. Point at something to learn about it, that's great. That is the way all roguelikes should work. I have decreed it so. Alright, let's keep walking around here. Man, I'm looking forward to this. I think there should be a dungeon. Let's just press 5 here to see if we can search for that thing. Here comes a C. The albino centipede bites at you. It hit you. You swing your dagger. You missed. Alright, we killed it. If you look at our health, wherever the hell it is, there it is. It does come back as we rest here. Maybe there's nothing here. Let's move on. This is my third roguelike today. I've been having trouble getting up the spirit to work on Caverns today. After 2 months of doing it very full time, I'm just kind of worn out in that regard. This guy's running. Neat. He made this in 5.5 days, by the way, I think, unless it was the last game. For the 7-day roguelike challenge of 2011. Delicious. I guess I ate it. Treasure. Delicious. Whatever it healed me? What the hell did that do? We have 14 experience. You can see we are slowly leveling up. Experience 19. We got 5 for that kobold. Got some gold. Gold 150. That's good. Got a copper potion. G. I think we press R to read, and then Q to quaff. That's right. And T to throw. Man, my arms are a bit sore. I gotta call it quits sooner or later. As I mentioned in yesterday's video for you, because I'm using this old keyboard and stuff, it's particularly hard on my arms. And they haven't been bugging me at all lately, but that coupled with the fact that I was just pressing, 30 key presses to try and get one space of movement. I'm assuming I can't walk across water, can I? I can. Without any detriment as far as I can see. Let's just keep an eye on our health and see what happens here. Doesn't say anything about it. Our health is not going down as we walk. Let's just walk through the water. It's just decorative, I guess. Alright. Nothing over there, yo. Our frame rate is dropping again, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. So I'm going to call that a fucking victory. As long as I can keep moving, I'm happy. I'm assuming part of it is programming in any form of BASIC. I mean, BASIC is, well, as you might guess from its nomenclature, it's one of the easiest programming languages to work in. But it does yield, I know from experience, I used to program in BASIC all the time, it yields, not as... It's a very, very... What, is it called a high-level programming language? And an interpreter, for that matter? So it doesn't utilize... It doesn't create code that's the most streamlined. I think let's put it that way. So it tends to create slow code. Many, many, many years ago, just to give you an anecdote while we walk around a dungeon, my friend Jeff Schiller and I were creating an RPG on the Commodore 64. It was going to be called... I think it was going to be called Shallfall 1. Sounds like a sci-fi thing. Oh, padded armor, look at that. Game, but it wasn't. It was a fantasy game. It was you played a demon who fell from grace in hell and was out in the world trying to defeat other demons. And the legend foretold you with something like from hell shall fall 1 or something was the prophecy. Anyways, we were creating a classic RPG a la Ultima. And it worked great for the Overland. We figured out how to do the data and the scrolling tiles and all that kind of stuff. We were quite happy with that. We did a 3D dungeon interpretation, and it actually it worked. The full change your view by 90 degrees and you could look around, but it was preposterously slow. We were programming in BASIC, and it started off fine, but we started adding in further depth. You see maybe 5 or 6 squares away, and by the time it was hitting the final squares, it was slowed to a crawl, and I assumed we were therefore done with the project, and Jeff Schiller was like, no, fuck, we'll just learn machine language, and we'll program it in that, and cards on the table. He's a smarter man than I'll ever be. So he did just that. He went to the library, got a book on machine language, and fucking learned how to program in assembly, and he taught it to me. My grasp of it was never quite as good as his. I was able to, if you left me alone with the code, I was able to, implement certain functions and stuff, but never to the degree that he could. But yeah, I only thought of that just now because I remember, when we programmed in BASIC, it was just too slow. When we went to assembly, we were able to accomplish the same end results, but with a massively faster render time. But 15 frames per second is certainly adequate for a roguelike. At least, on the 32-bit machine, it seems to be working. It seems to be functioning just fine. I think we've explored the level. Again, every game, I make this request of anybody making a roguelike. If your game doesn't fit, if your entire dungeon doesn't fit on one screen, please include keys to shift around and look at a map or a mini-map of some sort. I guess there is one in the top right corner. How stupid am I? Don't answer that. There's a tiny bit we missed in the bottom right corner. Let's just go over there. I didn't notice that mini-map. That's a nice little touch. Well done, sir. Yeah, my wrist is starting to act up. Hopefully we will die relatively early, because I don't know if I'll make through 15 levels. If we hit the half-hour mark, I'll probably split this into different videos and let my wrist rest. Rest my wrist. Alright, that's it. Let's get to a staircase. It's nice that the staircase shows up in bright white even in the darkness. That's a nice touch too, so you don't miss it. Preparing dungeon level 2. Got 2 potions. A scroll entitled Acra de Babra. And a scroll entitled Zulfi Wolficus. Acra de Babra was the one type of scroll I found in the when I was playing on the other machine, when I was playing at the really low frame rate. Look at the different... They used a nice... very nice, actually, cellular automata, I'm guessing, to make the caves. And now we're in some sort of thing with passages and rooms. This is very well done. Very well done indeed, Mr. Sanders. I'm glad I was able to get it working properly. Mmm, delicious. I don't know what that did. We are level 2, by the way, I just noticed. We're at 16 hit points instead of 10 anymore. I instinctively want to say that's a ring. No, a new lamp. Our light is now 50 feet. Is that... Oh, it's a water sprite. I thought it was like a blue lamp. We hit it as fleeing in terror. Allegedly. Alright, we killed it. A bubbly potion. This is, I'll tell you something that I find fun. It makes me happy. What are you standing in, by the way? What the hell is this? Wind. Oh, wind makes your light flicker. That's interesting. I wonder if it could blow out your torch. These guys, nice AI too. Let's keep an eye on our health here. These guys are hard to fucking track down. Let's not go in the wind there. Jesus, a lot of bats here. And they do, I like the AI a lot. I started a sentence that I did not complete because I hate completing sentences. I was going to say what I found nice about the 2011 7-Day Roguelike Challenge, at least the last three. The last three games we fired up for this challenge have all been very traditional roguelikes. We may have to fucking drink a potion or something soon. We are definitely starting to feel the pain. Let's try quaffing E, a bubbly potion. I'm confused. Let's see what happens. Let's press 5. Pressing 5 is passing my turn. It's not doing anything. If confusing is causing a problem with movement, it doesn't seem to be. I pressed north and it reacted with me going north, unless I can't hit. I am missing. Every time. Maybe confusion. No, I hit it there. Even though I'm confused. Oh, now I'm moving weirdly. A little bit. Not a lot. Occasionally it's moving me a different direction. But not all the time. Come on, get rid of that. Oh, the confusion's gone. Okay, let's get to a place where we can defend ourselves, because, Jesus, they're swarming us. Maybe bats can't open doors. Your light grows dimmer. I read that wrong. Oh, there's a bat here. Jesus. I can't kill these fucking bats. Oh my god! Jeff's been killed. Your village is doomed. It was a bat that sealed your fate. You sent it to a depth of 2 and reached a hero level 2. Let's try one more time. Even though I'm in pain. In honor of Bob Saunders. Let's be Bob. My imagination is at low ebb today, guys. I'm sorry. A lot of Jeffs and Bobs. Yeah, it's definitely the last thing I can play today. I'm starting to feel the consequences of too much time on this keyboard. That was a yellow mold. I fought one of those in the other version. It scared me. When I was scared, I don't think I could attack. I think was what that was. I'm not sure though. I didn't like those bats, man. I don't think I killed a single one. They kept flitting away, and I couldn't kill them in time to make a difference. Maybe I just want to dive past the bats. The water sprite wasn't, a terrible menace, but the fucking bats, man. Yeah, I like the color scheme of this. I like the look of it. As you can see, the scroll titles are not randomized the way they would be, say, in Angband, which I think just strings together syllables. There's a precompiled list, perhaps, of here's potential titles, which is fine. That's how the potions are obviously handled with color. Let's try attacking it now that we're afraid. You're too afraid, yeah. So that's what that does. Maybe it couldn't come through the door. We'll try and play a little more skillfully this time. Having said that, I went ahead and attacked it when I was afraid. Killed it. Alright. Oh, Joseph and Miriam and Payne sitting here. I think you want to fight these kind of nearest the door, because we're going to have to escape as soon as it makes us afraid. Oh, I killed it. It's the one that should have been afraid. Hey, there's flowers over there. Padded armor, great. Killed the centipede. Flowers, guys. Let's just confirm. Flowers. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you often see those in a dungeon. I have no idea if they have any effect, or if they're purely a decorative component. But they're neat. There's a way onward. Frame rate's dripping a bit, but dipping a bit, pardon me, but nothing completely unmanageable as of yet. Pardon me. Not sure what else there is to tell you while we walk around here. Tanya and I have quite settled into our new place. I often apologize for things, but I'm going to apologize again because leading up to our move, I was in a scroll entitled Imbuck Wurtz. All right. I was in a rather depressed state. I was not looking forward to the move. And in fairness, I have no idea what it's going to be like living here because I haven't lived here except for during a pandemic where my things went kind of south all at once, right? We found out we were moving, and then at the same time the pandemic struck, and because the pandemic struck, my job put me on hiatus, and it hasn't gone back yet. I don't think it will go back anytime in the next couple of years, to be honest. So we're going to have to find some other line of work, and obviously acting work dried up at the same time because they couldn't allow us on sets. That has started to pick up again. I've gotten actually some voiceover work from home, which has been nice, but not enough to support myself. It's been I don't know what to expect in terms of the future. So I was really particularly depressed leading up to the move. I've been much happier since we've made the move, but I just don't have a feel for what it's going to be like living here when I'm not home all day, when I have to get somewhere. We're further removed from downtown, so I'll have to rely more on public transit, which is going to add time to my day and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see how that goes. But in general, life is good here. We like the neighborhood a lot. Right near a ton of biking trails, so we went and bought some bikes and got out biking every day. Our bikes did get stolen. Almost immediately after we bought them. We may or may not get our money back from the Visa company because we had them only for a few weeks. The Visa company. From Visa. Where the hell's the stairs? I think I saw some somewhere. But we went and bought new bikes, so that's been fine. My light's getting dimmer. I've been spending most of my time obviously working on... You trying to come in here? Come on in, Kibbs. Just push harder. I'm not getting up. I'm folded into a position where I can't stand. What was I saying to you? Yeah, I've been spending most of my time working on Caverns of Zascasian 2, almost all day, every day. When we're not doing that, we're either out bike riding. I can't get in here, can I? Maybe there's a secret door. How much you want to bet? Hey, Kibbs, well done. You can't walk through bedrock. I'm trying to pass my turn to find a secret door. Nothing here? How about here? Have I been in there before? I mean, I can get in there somehow. Oh, there's a way right here. We've also really gotten into Gloomhaven. My wife is absolutely madly in love with that board game. If you haven't played it, it's a pretty good RPG board game hybrid. I quite like it as well. But the thing is, I spend my entire day in dungeons working on caverns, and then she spends her day not. So then by the end of the day, she's like, "Let's play Gloomhaven." I'm like, "Oh, Christ, I've been in a dungeon all day." But it's a good enough game I can overlook that. Highly recommend it. And when we're not doing that, we're watching TV. I've taken up the side little hobby of trying to watch all of the Star Trek ever made on Netflix. So starting with the original series, and then I just finished the animated series today, which is quite fun. And I'm going to start in on the movies. I'm trying to watch them in chronological release order. Not in chronological order of the universe, but the release order. A pearly potion. We better back off from this thing. Actually, we're starting to get hurt, and there's something following us. Fuck. Alright, that's it. Bob's been killed. It was a skeleton that sealed your fate. I didn't have time to really even get into it. Alright, well, there's a lot of promise to this game. I mean, I obviously have not seen much of it. I am going to have to call it there just because my arm's tired, especially from the... I played for about maybe 7 minutes or so on the other computer, but frantically tapping keys trying to get it to move, so it kind of did me in. But you've gotten a taste of the game anyway, and I think it's worthwhile. I didn't see enough of it to have any thoughts on it other than it's very generic. But generic is usually the thing I'm into, frankly. So it's the kind of game I definitely want to come back to, and I'll probably play more of it on my own time. It does suck that I have to fire up the old computer to get it to work. That's a Windows issue, though, or a 64-bit issue. To me, Windows should include the ability to run 32-bit files inherently. You shouldn't have to only use modern crap on Windows or on a modern machine. I don't know. What do I know? I'm out of here for now, though, guys. I'm going to call it a day right there and stop playing roguelikes and stop using computers to let my arms rest. But I hope you're enjoying the roguelikes. I've been missing them for a long time. It's great to get back to them. I'm going to try and get back on a one-a-day schedule, but I can't. I refuse to make that promise again because I just don't know what the future holds in terms of my body functioning, in terms of computer use, or in terms of getting sucked back into caverns work, or for that matter, booking something and having to leave town to shoot something. I just auditioned for something that shoots in St. John's, Newfoundland, so if I book that, I'll be gone for a few weeks. If I don't, I'll still be around. Wish me luck. All right, I'm gone. Press escape to quit. That's escape. Press stop recording to do what you just said.